Good morning. It is Kathy O'Connell at Radiant Abilities, and today I am kicking off a 6-day live mini training right here um, about dating mindset. Now, you may be thinking, what the heck is dating mindset? So, let me tell you, for the past 5 to 7 years in my work with people with disabilities, I've been very much focused on the whole issue of dating, relationships, and how having a disability impacts on that. And a lot of the work that I see with people actually boils down to one word: mindset. And by that I mean how you think of yourself in terms of dating, having the potential of a relationship, and being able to keep and maintain a good relationship. It actually has very little to do with how people perceive you, but it has 99% to do with how you perceive yourself in that way. So I do notice when I work with people who are wanting to date and wanting to find a good relationship, that oftentimes it's what they're believing about their own ability to date and have relationships that creates the biggest barrier to the success they want to have. So I'm kicking off a 6-day training. It will go beginning today through next and Tuesday on how to develop a more confident, positive dating mindset. So today I'm talking about dating self-esteem. And you may ask yourself, okay, what's dating self-esteem? When years ago, when I was single for over 20 years of my adult life, I really struggled, and I couldn't figure out why in my life overall I had pretty good self-esteem. I felt confident and good about myself. I was successful, except in dating and relationships. And that was because I believed that having cerebral palsy was a barrier to successful dating and relationships. And I also believed that because I had CP, I would be rejected in the dating world, in the dating arena. And guess what? I was. But now looking back at that, I realized that it didn't have so much to do with me having cerebral palsy as much as it had to do with me believing in my head that the cerebral palsy was a barrier to dating and relationships, and that I would not be successful due to it. So therefore, I had a low dating self-esteem, meaning I did not believe I could be successful at dating and relationships because of how I viewed myself in that capacity. So, what I did was, one, I became aware that how I was feeling about myself in terms of dating, having a disability, wasn't gonna get me what I wanted, which was ultimately a good relationship. So I began purposely working on growing my dating self-esteem, seeing myself as a value, seeing my disability as an asset, seeing everything that I'd gone through due to my disability, how it could lend itself to being a strong, good partner to someone. I worked on believing that, believing all the positives within me rather than thinking, well, no one will date me because I have TB. And why should I date because I'll get rejected anyway? I switched my mindset to one that was more encouraging, one that focused on what I had to offer rather than what was lacking. That is how I grew my dating mindset, my dating self-esteem. And that is exactly the very thing that led me to meeting my husband and him being drawn to me because I had a high dating self-esteem. I was able to say to him, hey, I have CP. It's never going away. This is who I am, and you need to decide if you're ready and able to love someone who lives with cerebral palsy. When I was able to say that, that's when I grew into me the person that I ended up marrying because, again, remember what I said, it's mostly about you and not what they think. So he saw that I felt good and positive about myself, and guess what his reaction was? I want to be around someone like that. So that drew him to me versus, and take a moment to think about this. When, hey Chris, good to see you. Um, would you want to date someone who thought about themselves in this way? I have some disability. No one's ever gonna love me. No one will ever accept me. Do you want to be around the energy? I'm thinking you don't. So try to exhibit within yourself the energy that you want to draw into your life. That is gonna help you more than any dating app, any dating site, any other dating advice. You gotta look at how you're feeling about your dating self-esteem and how it impacts on your dating mindset. So in 2 weeks, I'm going to begin teaching live my 6-week course on dating and relationships. And this is particularly helpful for people with disabilities, helpful for anyone, but what I do is I really take you through meeting once a week for 6 weeks, all my material that would have literally saved me about 20 years of heartbreak if I'd known it then, because I teach dating self-esteem. I teach you how to feel more confident about your disability. I teach you about looking for not just a relationship, but the right relationship for you. And I also teach you what happens when problems arise in the relationship. I'm gonna read the comments and coming in. How do I get to a high thinking about myself when I'm looking for relationships and love in the wrong place? A very good question. And trust me, I've been there too. So you gotta back up and think about why you're drawn to the wrong places. Um, because something is drawing you there. And you're probably thinking you can find something there. And I'll give you an example. Hopefully this will help. When I was single, I noticed that I was drawn to men who were unavailable because they were in long-term relationships, and they kept doing it. And finally, I realized that I kept doing that because I was scared to make myself available to someone else who would be available, because that would really force me to be vulnerable. So I would say you gotta begin looking at what the why behind what you're doing, and look at why that reason is fulfilling some need within you, and look for how you can fulfill that need in a better way for you. So I hope that's helpful. I am going to put the link in the comments to the information about the dating class that begins April 28th. I'll get to you in 1 second. We begin April 28th, and the link will be in the comments. Feel free to message me, but it is 6 weeks, and that will really change the whole dating process for you. So another question is, where do you draw the line between informing someone of your shortcomings without downing yourself? Well, I think, we all have shortcomings. So there's not a person alive that has shortcomings. And I would even encourage you to think about the language you use, so like shortcomings. um, can sometimes sound negative versus the reality of maybe having needs or having unique characteristics about you and talking openly about them and watching the language you use. Like, very simple example, but when I was single, in my dating profile, the way I would communicate my disability was that I live happily with cerebral palsy. So communicating more in terms of fact, this is what I had, this is what's going on with me, versus using language that talks about it in a negative way. Because remember, the people we meet take our cue from what we say about ourselves. They take their cue of how to treat us by how we talk about ourselves. So these are great, great questions, and by the way, I love it. So tomorrow we will be talking about, let me see here really quick what we're gonna be talking about. We're gonna be talking about confidence in dating and how to be safe in relationships. And remember, April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month, so we will be talking about that. I really appreciate those of you who joined me in the great questions we have. Tomorrow I will be live at 2 p.m. Eastern. I hope you can join me, and I hope you have a great day. Take care and enjoy.